Hey guys, I'm Reagan. I work in finance.
I'm Jordyn. I'm a CPA.
And this is Working Late, and Jordyn is back.
I'm finally back, guys. Sorry for my absence.
So if y'all are grinding through a long day or a late night, we're here to keep you company and remind you why it's all worth it. So Jordyn, you've been gone for a while. Tell us what it's been like. How have you been?
I've been better. I've been better for some of it, and some of it it's the best time of my life. I think it's wonderful. I did go into the hospital a tad bit earlier than expected, and yeah, had some complications, but everything's good. We're all good, and just really happy to be back home and getting back into the swing of things. So, how's it been without me?
I've missed you so much. We've had some great guests. Ryan has been amazing for so many weeks. Greg had a really great episode. Tristan's had a couple of great episodes, but nobody compares to having you back.
Thanks. Thanks. I missed y'all.
And with that being said, I do think now's a good time to just talk about the future of the podcast. Jordyn and I are kind of entering new seasons of life, and I think we're going to take a break for a while. We can always come back, and we might come back for an episode here or there. But for now, I think we've just realized that we have a lot of other things going on. So
yeah, and that's okay. We're still working late. We're just working late with babies and still having work, and I'm sure you're still working late with everything you've got on your plate. So,
Jordyn, tell us what life is like with 2 twin babies.
It's fabulous. It's very hard work, not for the faint of heart. And us women, we are superheroes. I will just say I have so much more respect for women and mothers and my mom, and like this is hard work.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's super fun. We do get stopped a lot, like everywhere we go. Like we can't go somewhere and not have people stop us like, oh my gosh, there's 2. Like, and we just keep hearing the same comments over and over again. Double trouble and better you than me, 2 weddings,
Oh, that is so sweet of people to be so negative.
Yes. Everyone has their opinions, and that's great. I understand, twins are super special, and, you don't see them all the time, so I get it. People are curious, but if you ever do see twins out and you do decide to stop someone, try and be positive. Yeah. They are struggling right now, and they just need to hear something good, that they're doing great, that they look great, anything positive is welcome.
Well, you look great. You look very well put together this evening, and
Thank
you have the cutest babies I've ever seen.
Thank
probably.
You. You're so sweet.
Like genuinely, everybody, they are very cute babies, and they have been since they were born.
Thank you. I'm pretty crazy about them. I think they're pretty great.
I think they're like six weeks old now.
They will be on. This coming week.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You've made it through what has to be like the hardest part. So.
Oh yeah, you would think. But I also have been seeing these like memes of like, newborn parents saying like, oh, I can't wait to get past this stage, and it's like toddler parents receiving it like, you're not even ready. So who knows what's next in store. You would think that anything's better than the sleep deprivation. But I will say, if that comes along with how cute the newborn phase is, like, I'm here for it, man. Some people hate the newborn phase, and that's totally fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Even though it's really hard, I love it so much, and I'm already mourning it, like, being gone. It's really breaking my heart, even though we're still here. Like, it's breaking my heart thinking it's not going to last forever.
Oh, you'll just have to have another one.
Yeah, TBD.
For sure. Okay, so, I know you've had 6 weeks and you've been surviving, but knowing you and Greg, I'm sure y'all have, like, a routine and some systems down.
Dude, do we have systems? Let me tell you.
Okay.
We have a system for everything, and all I'm saying is, like, I have the best partner ever. Like, he just makes everything so much easier. He is here 110%, and he always is telling me, like, or he was before babies, I'm a 70% husband, and now that babies are here, like, I'm a 70% husband and a 70% dad, like, saying, we're not going to have expectations of 50-50 workload, because that's not
okay.
always going to be the case. And like just having that mentality as a spouse, it just goes such a long way. And so I told him the other day, I'm a 70% wife now that I have my body back and I'm not in the hospital and bedridden. I'm a 70% wife and mom. And like, it's fun that we're kind of in competition with each other. Like, how much can I do for you? And like, he's made everything so great. And we just, if we're coming off of a shift and the other person's coming on, we try not to leave a mess. We, try and set the other person up for success. And we really do have a ton of good systems. And I'm excited to see like how much we can crush parenthood in the coming years and months and days and everything. So it's been fun. If you have a good support person and a good spouse, like I think this is amazing.
That's so sweet.
Truly.
Okay, so y'all are both doing 70%. We're doing not just 50%, but 70% each.
That's the goal, yeah.
Okay, I see.
I know that doesn't math, but...
No, I got it. Okay, so tell me about, like, I think you've gone back to work a little bit. How's that been?
It's an adjustment. I had some anxiety just in the beginning. Like, how am I supposed to do this? Like I went... So I was in the hospital for 2 weeks leading up. It was 2 weeks, right? Yeah, 2 weeks leading up to actually delivering and having my babies. And like that was a hard stop. I stopped working on 4/13, and thank goodness for my partners picking up where I left off to get us to the deadline. But like I stopped working on 4/13 and then I think I went 5 full weeks without working and without using my brain in that capacity. And it was really hard to knock the cobwebs off and to just take that first step of getting back into work. Sure. I'm sure other working moms can understand where I'm coming from. I was very anxious and just didn't know how it was going to go. But once I did it, it was no big deal. And it actually like made me happy to use my brain again and to, be doing anything other than just neck down work, which I feel like being a mom and, literally like sacrificing your body, going through labor, whatever that looks like for you, and then coming home and learning everything, like it literally is manual labor.
Yeah.
And it felt really good getting back in the swing of things, even if just a couple hours a day. So I've been kind of ramping up my hours, getting back into things. And this coming week is my last week kind of with part-time hours. And then I'm supposed to be going back for 8 hours a day, still working from home. But now I'm a little nervous about that. But I'm sure once we get there and I figure out my routine and schedule, I'm sure I'll figure it out and it'll be A-okay. We will find the new normal.
Okay, so how long will you be working from home? How much longer until you go back to the office?
I don't know when this episode is actually going to air.
It'll air on Wednesday.
It will. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll go back to work the first week of July in office.
Okay.
So that's the week of the 4th of July. We're closed Thursday and Friday.
Awesome.
So it's really going to be a short week, which I think is the perfect week for me to, be back in office and kind of find my footing. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I agree. No, I think what you're doing, like you did take a pretty short maternity leave since you're so dedicated to your firm. And like, I mean, you're the owner, so I get it. But you took a pretty short maternity leave. You're getting back into the swing of things. But I'm so glad that you're giving yourself that grace to just work from home for another, I guess you'll have 2 weeks of full-time work at home before you go back in office. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. That sounds reasonable.
I think so too. And my partners have been really great and, have been super flexible and understanding with me and covering for me as we kind of transition back into this. So I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
Really grateful for that.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you and the babies are doing well. I'm glad the babies are finally here. I was just thinking, about last year whenever you were newly pregnant and you called me. I think you were 4 weeks pregnant and you wanted to figure out the names. Or like we only knew about one at that point, but you really wanted to like lock down a name so you could start embroidering things and stuff like that. And I was just thinking, man, that was so long ago. Like pregnancy lasts so long. It takes so long to grow a human or two.
I know, dude. I was thinking about that yesterday too. Like, I mean, so I was 4 weeks early. So is that 8 months? Is that what that shakes out to?
I guess so.
8 to 9. I don't know. 36 weeks instead of 40, whatever it shakes out to be. Like, that's still a long time, but it flew by.
Really?
Even though the days were long, but or maybe, how do you say that? Maybe, I don't know. The weeks are long, but the days fly by. I don't know. It seems, because you're counting from week to week. I just have to make it to 6 weeks, to 12 weeks, all these little milestones. But the days in between all the weeks fly by, and you're just it really did go by so fast. But yeah, I hope you know, I still love the necklace that you gave me. I wear it almost every day. And you were the first person who helped me lock down names and anyways, the fact that you gave me my name necklace meant so much to me, and I still love it and wear it all the time. It's my favorite.
Good, I'm glad.
So Reagan, how are you going to spend your extra free time now that we're kind of taking a step back from the podcast?
That's a great question. I feel on the podcast for so long now I've been talking about man, I really am not motivated. I need to get back into how I used to be. And I think this is going to give me a good opportunity to get my head back above water, because I think a lot of the difficulty I've been having is that I just put so much on my plate. And I have such high standards for myself that I've just kind of been drowning. Cause I just overload myself, and then I don't like to do anything that's less than 100%. And, so I think pulling back on my workload is really going to help me become the type of person that I want to be, and get back to producing the type of work that I want to produce, both at my job and with my social media. I feel like I haven't been able to do anything 100% recently because it's just been too much. And so, yeah, I think it's not really what I want to do. I love having the podcast. I love that this has been our weekly time to catch up, and I love the topics that we talk about. But I think for now, until things can get more under control and more manageable in our lives, it's probably for the best, you know?
Yeah. I think so too. And better to leave it on a good note, right?
Absolutely.
And it's been awesome. You better still call me every week and chat with me at some point. I think weekly calls need to still happen.
Of course. I think we were pretty good about it before we had a podcast. We just started recording them.
Yeah, true. Yeah. We just started recording and posting, but
yeah.
Yeah, no, it has been fun, and we really appreciate everyone listening and watching and supporting us, and shout out to the friend of ours who made stickers for us. I really appreciate everyone. Her name is Hillary. Thank you, Hillary, for the cool holographic stickers. They're awesome.
They are.
They're so cool.
And in the time that we've been doing this, I think this will be episode 22. So in the past 22 weeks, I feel like so much of our lives has changed. It's kind of crazy. Maybe more life change in the past 22 weeks than I've had in the past 27 years. Sorry, the past 20 redacted years.
Yeah. Nice.
Not super comfortable with my age these days. But you obviously became a mom to 2 kids. Tristan, my husband, graduated with his MBA and started a whole new career. I feel like I've just kind of been supporting a lot of those big life changes for y'all.
Didn't you start your new job while the podcast was going on, or no?
I think I started my new job a few months before the podcast started.
Okay. Well, that's kind of in the realm. We were prepping.
Yeah, that's true. It's still
That
in the
counts.
past year for sure.
Yeah.
I think I've been there for oh, go ahead.
I think did Greg switch to being an estimator?
I don't know when that happened.
I don't know. I think that happened before. Don't mind me. Postpartum, pregnancy brain, whatever you want to call it, is very real.
Yeah. So many life changes. Maybe we should slow down for a little while.
And I think that's probably true for a lot of our listeners too. If you're listening to this, you probably go really hard in the paint. You probably overcommit yourself. It's hard to say no, and you're a go-getter and you're trying to be the best you can at things, but if you overload yourself, you can't always give 100%, like Reagan was saying, to everything you're working on. So it's better to do a few things to the best of your ability than to spread yourself too thin and, kind of slack off and not give the best quality work like you were saying before.
For sure. And I feel like this is something that Tristan is always having to pull me back from. I'm always coming to him with like new ideas and like new businesses that I want to start, new things that I want to do. And he is always like, okay, when are you going to do that in your week? Like find me 5 hours that you can spend on that in the next week. And then sure, go do it. And I'm always just like, okay, never mind. I won't be doing that.
Yeah. I will say I thought that we would be able to keep this going longer than we did. But, I mean, I'm struggling right now to just find the hours to work in between all of the momming and housework and, life that I think it's for the best.
And that's okay.
And we just have to take care of ourselves, and so do y'all. Keep working late, keep grinding, and keep working hard.
I do have one final working late boost for you guys.
Nice.
And I wanted to recap a few of my favorites while we're here, just off the top of my head. So we have Atomic Habits. That'll always be probably one of my favorite books.
Same.
Sonic drinks, or just any sort of fun drink. We love Sonic drinks. We love Poppy, Olipop,
Tea.
tea.
For you basic people like me.
I love a full sugar Coke or a Diet Coke.
Sweet tea or unsweet tea, same for me.
Sure, okay. And then today, my working late boost is something I did this past week, and that is going to bed at 8 p.m. and then waking up early the next day.
Nice.
It makes me feel like I'm on top of the world whenever I can wake up at like 6 a.m. and feel like a human and not feel like, super tired and groggy. So,
dude, I feel that. So I mean, as a mom now of 2, I'm also pumping, and I don't get more than 3 or 4 hours of sleep at a time. That's just the reality of it. But getting back into work, like, I have to make sure I'm very intentional about my time every day, or I have like none. I don't know where the time goes between the bottle washing and everything it takes to keep this house running at this point. But I've gotten to where, like, I use ChatGPT and I have it schedule out each day. And I start my mornings with, like, I wake up at 6, I feed the girls, and then we go on our walk. That is how we start every single day. And, like, it just kickstarts my day into such a better vibe. And, I'm not just, sitting on the couch scrolling in between feedings when I have a few minutes, or, just watching TV thinking that's all I can do. Like, it's okay to get up. It's okay to move and get some air and, get your blood pumping, because it gets my brain in such a better space to work for the day, while also doing all of the manual labor parts of it. So cheers to waking up at 6 a.m.
And you know what? I've actually trained my dog. This is actually like a great tip. I have trained my dog to expect a walk every morning whenever I wake up. So now, as soon as I get up every morning, she is like ready to go. She's at the door waiting on me.
Nice.
So I have no choice but to just put on my shoes and go for a walk first thing. And I try to use that walk time to, I'm a Christian, so I pray, and I just try to make it about all the things I'm grateful for in my life. And it's always like, help me have a productive day, and, all of that. So I think that's also been like an amazing way to start my day, an amazing activity for 6 a.m. or 7 or 8 or 9. But yeah,
I'm right there with you. I've been using that time for my devotional and, listening to, there's actually, so you got me a book at the beginning of my pregnancy called Risen Motherhood. And, when I started reading it, like, I thought it was great, but I felt like it wasn't as applicable to me being pregnant as it was going to be when I actually became a mom and they were here. So I kind of put it on hold. And then I've started picking it back up now, and they have a podcast. So, like, during my walk time, I use that to get my 15 minutes of, listening to their podcast to just get some motherhood encouragement, and how it relates to God's plan for us. And it just really, really brightens my day and boosts my spirit. And then I follow it with praise and worship music. And then I've checked all of those boxes. I feel good, my body, my soul, everything is ready, to go for the day.
Yeah, I love a good checklist too. I love to check a box.
Same.
There's
I will
nothing
do
better.
almost anything for that.
Yeah. Sometimes if I'm like in the middle of my day and I'm like, okay, I really need to organize my thoughts and like write down a to-do list, I will go ahead and write down things I have already done that day just so I can cross them out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and you just got me some really nice pens for my birthday. I love those. Those are great for a to-do
How do they
list.
write?
Amazing.
Awesome. Man,
Yeah.
I love that. I'm
Yeah.
so glad.
Order yourself a pack.
I will. I think I will.
Well, do you want to end the episode a little bit early?
Yeah, probably. I'm actually due to go start feeding and changing babies, so.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for sticking with us for the past few months. We're sorry it's ending a little sooner than we thought, but we appreciate all of the encouragement and all of the kind words we've had over the past few months. So,
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us, and thank you, Ryan, Tristan, and Greg for, stepping in for me while I've been out due to all the things, and thank you, Reagan, for all the work you've put in and picking up my slack while I've been out too, and thank you everyone for listening, supporting us, and it's been a lot of fun. So
yeah, and maybe we'll see you guys again someday. Who knows?
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.